10th consecutive Saturday of yellow vest protests have taken place nationwide in France over what they call rising living costs and government policies. That's despite the President Macron's efforts to quell the unrest by launching a national debate, which he's promised will result in a new social contract. Tear gas and water cannon were again deployed by police to disperse the demonstrators.
We're seeing the first tensions here in Paris today as Act 10 is underway of the Gilets Jaunes. Over in the distance, you might be able to see the water cannon there trying to disperse the protesters away from this area. We did see protesters actually trying to break down some of the traffic lights, and we've also seen tear gas being dispersed. It looks like there's some people down on the ground a little bit further over there by a tree. It looks like they potentially could have been injured, and as you can see, the protesters are trying to throw back the tear gas pellets now towards the police. Official figures from the Interior Ministry say around 7,000 people are out in Paris today taking part in this 10th weekend of protests. According to those figures, across France, it's 27,000 individuals. That is far lower than the figures we saw just a week ago when there were more than 80,000 people out across France. But the Gilets Jaunes have often disputed those figures from the Ministry of the Interior. Well, as we can see, there is anger out in the streets now. Let's take a look back now at that anger that's been bubbling over since November 17th.
Our course is the right one, and we're not going to change it just because the wind is blowing.
I will not concede anything to those who want destruction and disorder. I take my share of responsibility.
As you can see, some damage to a vehicle there. Protesters trying to throw projectiles towards the police. Somebody there being dragged away. Looks like they've received an injury as a result of something that's been hit. And there you can see just chaos ensuing as they're trying to get somebody injured out of this crowd. For the moment, there's also been lots of violence against journalists in these protests, and there was actually a protest underway today against that violence. I can just hear behind us something sounding like it's being smashed up. I mean, really has just gone from total calm into chaos in just a matter of moments. This protest was meant to be in tribute to the people who have died in these protests since they began and also been injured in these protests. And it looks like there could be even more injuries today.